The devil is trying as much as possible to do everything to stop many people from finding salvation. Now, the only way you can ever seek salvation is after death. If you are a human being and you refuse to seek salvation while you are alive, and you die, you can never seek salvation. It becomes late for you to seek salvation. And this is what the devil is using against humans. I'm about to share a vision with you. The Lord has exposed a terrible event that the devil wants to undertake in this world. It's urgent, and we do not even know whether they have started bringing out this virus. Based on the revelation that was given to this sister, the devil, through his agents, is going to bring out a virus which will be put into various foods that are being sold on the market. Now, when you take in these foodstuff, it is actually going to give you a terrible disease because it contains a virus, and at the end, you're going to die. The purpose of this, as it has been shown by the Lord, is that the devil wants so many people to lose their life. The devil wants so many people to die without knowing Jesus. That is all. It's just as simple as that. Someone might ask, why are they trying to poison us? Why are they trying to kill people? The reason why the devil wants to depopulate humans on earth is to limit the number of people who will be able to find Jesus and seek salvation, because he knows that after death, there is no way you can find Jesus, or there's no way you can seek salvation. So please, this message is very important. I do not want to waste much time. I'm going to share this revelation with you right away. I want you to listen and seek discernment from God over this message. If this is your first time watching a video on this channel, I'd like to say a very big thank you and welcome. And also, please make sure you share this message out. Please do not sit on this message. Let the world know about what is coming, so that those who haven't seek salvation in Jesus will begin to do it now before it gets too late. And also, make sure you like this video, because it will help the video grow to reach a lot of audience. If you have any revelation, if you have any testimony or vision that you would want to share with the world, just feel free to pick up my email address in the description section of the video, record an audio or a video narrating your message, and then send it in. Once I receive permission from the Lord, I'm going to put your message on the channel. All right, thank you very much, and please pay attention as I proceed sharing out the message.
Hi, Brother Joseph. Sometimes I ask myself, why did God show me this horrible event that will soon unfold in our times? And from the guide I received, this is happening sooner than expected. From what I saw, it involves children and adults, no consideration for age or gender. I began to ponder, asking questions, why show me this, Lord? Let us be mindful of the things we eat at the market. The emphasis I got in my spirit for God showing me this evil agenda that is about to happen was because of God's mercy and also my love for children. My name is Anna, and I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for a few years now, and I can honestly say it's one of the things I love most in life. When I pray at night, I often think about them. Even though I don't have a child yet, I ask God to watch over them, even when they leave my classroom. I want their lives to be full of peace and joy, not pain and fear. I don't have children of my own, but I treat the ones I teach like they're mine. I had this experience on the 3rd of May when I visited my father. My father lives on a small farm in southern Georgia. He's been living there for many years. Sometimes I go to visit him, especially when I feel tired from work. Teaching can be hard sometimes. There are days when I stay up late grading papers or thinking about the children. So when I need a break, I go to my father's farm. It's a quiet place. That weekend, I decided to go and spend time with him. I packed a small bag and drove down. Work and noise. I didn't know that something was going to happen while I was there. I just wanted a quiet weekend with my dad. But something very serious came to me during that visit. Something I will never forget. That day, I remember vividly how I helped my dad with a lot of things. Feeding the chickens, pulling weeds, and carrying heavy buckets. I was already tired from the school week, so by the afternoon, my body felt really weak. I told my dad I needed to lie down for a bit. I went into my room. It's a small room with a bed and a little window. I lay down and closed my eyes. I didn't plan to sleep long. I just wanted to rest for a few minutes. As I lay there, something strange started to happen. At first, I felt like I was sinking into the bed, like my body was very heavy. Then I couldn't move. I wasn't scared, but I knew something wasn't normal. I felt like I was leaving the room, even though my eyes were closed. It was like I was no longer in the farmhouse. I didn't know where I was going, but I felt myself being pulled into another place. My body was still on the bed, but my spirit was somewhere else. That was the moment the vision started. I looked around and saw a large room. It looked like a laboratory. There were metal tables, glass bottles, machines with wires, and bright lights on the walls. Some tools were sharp. Others looked like they were used for testing things. There were people inside the lab. They were scientists. Some of them looked American, and some looked Chinese. They wore white coats and masks. No one was talking. They worked in silence. I watched them open boxes of food, packaged snacks, drinks, fruits, and even pieces of meat. They were not working alone. I could feel it. Something else was there with them. That's when I saw what was really going on. As I kept watching the scientists, I noticed strange figures standing near them. These figures were not human. They were demons. I knew it right away in my spirit. Their bodies looked like shadows, but I could still see them clearly. They didn't speak in a loud voice. They whispered, but their whispers were strong. It was like the sound went straight into the minds of the scientists. The demons didn't have to shout. They had power, and they knew it. The scientists listened and obeyed, like they were under a spell. The demons pointed to the food and gave orders. I couldn't understand every word, but somehow I knew what they were saying. They were telling the scientists to put something strange inside the food. It was a virus, something that could hurt people, even kill them. One of the demons said something that I could clearly understand. It said, "They will eat death." I kept watching the scientists do what the demons instructed them. They took small glass bottles filled with a red, thick liquid. That was the virus. They used thin needles to take the liquid out and slowly put it into the food. They didn't touch the food like normal people do. They used gloves and tools. I saw them open packets of snacks, inject the virus, and seal them back carefully so no one would notice. They did the same with bottled drinks, putting the virus under the caps. I saw them push the liquid into fruits and even pieces of raw meat. They were quiet the whole time. No one asked questions. No one said no. They just followed the orders, like they were controlled. The demons watched with cold faces. One of them whispered again, "They will eat death." After the lab scene, the vision changed. I was now standing inside a supermarket. Everything looked normal. The lights were on, the shelves were full, and people were walking around with shopping carts. I watched as people picked up the very same items I saw in the lab. The same snacks, the same drinks, the same fruits and meat. They placed them into their carts without any fear. To them, it was just another normal day of shopping. Children asked their parents to buy certain things, and the parents said yes. I wanted to scream to tell them not to buy it, but they couldn't see me. I was just a spirit watching. Then the vision changed again. I saw people who had already eaten the food. At first, they looked fine, but after a short time, they began to feel sick. Some were at home, some at work, some were still in their cars. I saw a man coughing hard. Then blood came out of his mouth. A little girl started crying because her stomach hurt. Then she also began to cough up blood. One by one, people started falling down. Some couldn't breathe. Others shook and cried out in pain. The hospitals became full very quickly. Doctors and nurses ran from room to room trying to help, but there were too many people. There were not enough beds, not enough medicine, not enough hands to care for all the sick. Some patients died while waiting. Others were left lying on the floor. I saw people screaming outside the hospital buildings. Mothers were holding their children, begging someone to help. Some people just sat on the ground crying. No one knew what was happening. They didn't know the sickness came from the food. The streets were no better. Cars stopped moving. People lay on sidewalks. Some had died in their homes, and no one had found them yet. The world looked like it had broken apart in just a few days. There was fear everywhere and no answers. The sickness did not stop. It spread faster than anyone could imagine. Many people died. I saw places where the dead were buried quickly in big holes, mass graves. There were so many bodies that they had no time for proper funerals. While I was seeing all these things, I heard a voice inside my heart. It was calm but very serious. The voice told me something very important. It said, "This is coming soon to stop many from finding salvation." I didn't want to believe it at first. I hoped it was just a warning, not something that would really happen. But deep down, I knew the voice was true. I felt a heavy fear inside me, but also a strong need to tell others. When I woke up from the vision, my body was shaking. My heart was beating fast. I knew I had seen something real. It was not just a dream, it was a warning from God. That fear stayed with me. I couldn't forget what I saw. I knew I had to be ready and to help others be ready too. When I opened my eyes, I was covered in sweat. My heart was still pounding fast. I felt shocked and scared. Everything around me was so calm. But inside my mind, I saw all those terrible things along. I know this message is hard to hear, but I must share it because it is important. The battle between good and evil is real. It is happening right now. We can't close our eyes and pretend everything is okay. We need to wake up and be ready. This is a warning. It is a warning for today and tomorrow. If we pay attention and trust God, we can be strong. We can protect ourselves and the people we love. The time to wake up is now. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for listening to this message to the end. I believe you heard everything for yourself. Now, this is not the first time the devil is doing this. Way back 4 years ago, this same thing came up, and then thousands and thousands of people died. Now, ask yourself that these people that died during the COVID era, how many of them had received salvation? So many of them didn't even know about Jesus. They didn't even repent to seek salvation in Jesus, and they died. Now, these people, the sad thing is that these people are going to hell. And, the devil is trying to repeat the same thing. I don't know whether it's this year or next year. We do not know. But please, if you're watching this video, I want you to repent and seek Jesus as soon as possible. This world is not our home. The devil is in charge of this world, and he is trying to set a whole lot of trap to destroy the lives of humans so that they will not be able to go to heaven after death. So as Christians, let us try to spread the gospel to many people for them to know about what they are supposed to do by seeking salvation in Jesus. If you are a believer, do not sit on the gospel. Spread it out. You can do that on social media. You can do that at your workplace. Everywhere you go, let the gospel of Jesus Christ be on your lips and then be spreading it out. When you do this, a lot of people will get to hear the message of God, and they will repent and find Jesus. This is our primary responsibility. And I know you're going to do that, and God is richly going to bless you. Thank you very much, and God bless you.